This is more about time, but using a number line to tell time. We talked about analog clocks, we talked about digital clocks, and now we're going to talk about counting time using a number line. And so when I look at this today, we're going to learn two new words, and those words are interval, and the interval is just the value between 2 points. To simplify it, what is it counting by? So if you look at my timeline or my number line down here, you can see I go 12 o'clock to 12:05. If you wanted to count all the points in between, you could count 12:01, 12:02, 12:03, and 12:04. There are 4 points in there, and then on the 5th point, it counts again. So it is counting by 5. I have intervals of 5 on this number line because that is what it's counting by. If it was counting by 10, then I would say my intervals were 10. You could count by any intervals you want when you're making an open number line. An open number line is just a number line that you choose what you're counting by, and it doesn't have a preset number on it. But this one is in intervals of 5. Plotting a point means to draw a dot or a point where they tell you to. And sometimes they'll tell you to put a letter there. So if I was going to plot a point at 12:35, I would find 12:35 and I would just draw there, and maybe they were going to tell me to label that V. So I would just label it V, just like that. So now I've shown you what an interval was, and I've shown you how to plot a point on a number line. And so when you are filling in your number line, they might tell you to give the beginning and the ending times. So you're going to start at the first tick mark. By the way, these lines here are called tick marks. And so at the first tick mark, you're going to put your beginning time, and at the last tick mark, you're going to put your ending time. And then in between, you're going to count by whatever interval they tell you to count by. So we know that it would count. So if I was counting, I would know that that would be 5. And so I'm just really showing my counting. 10 total from the beginning. So even though it's 5 from 12 o'clock to 12:05, and it's another 5 from 12:05 to 12:10, from the very beginning to the point I'm at, I have counted 10 total. And if you need to write 5 in here to show your counts, that's great too. So then I've counted a total of 15. Again, this is 15 from the beginning. But from 12:10 to 12:15, I've counted 5. And the reason we've chosen 5 is because a lot of times on a clock, we will count by 5. And you can continue on. You don't even have to stop at 1 o'clock. You can continue on to 1:05. But this is counting time using a number line.